Yo.
Hi, Orange Seeds. Welcome back. Did you get a chance to go outside this week? As you can see, I am outside. I love being outside. If it's not raining or snowing, I know I need to be outside to get some sun, to hear the birds chirping. So I hope you got a chance this week to get outside. We have one birthday that we are celebrating this week. Guess whose birthday we're celebrating?
It's me!
We are celebrating Isaac's birthday this week. This week, June 5th, Isaac will be, how old will you be, buddy?
9.
Isaac is going to be 9 years old. I can't believe you're going to be 9. Isaac, do you think we got you all the presents you wanted?
Maybe.
Maybe. Do you think you're going to enjoy your birthday?
Yes.
I think you're going to have a great birthday. So Orange Seeds family, join with me in wishing Isaac a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Isaac!
No kisses.
This week on Orange Seeds, through the story of Samson and Delilah, we are going to learn that we are truly stronger when we rely on God instead of our own abilities.
Leading us in praise and worship today is
you could love me, how you could give me so much mercy. You didn't have to suffer and die for me, way back in Calvary. But I just wanna thank you. I thank you. I thank you. You're worthy of all the praise. Wonderful, glorious, holy and righteous, victorious, conqueror, triumphant and mighty, healer, deliverer, shield and defense, strong tower, my best friend, omnipotent, omnipresent, soon coming King, Alpha, Omega, Lord of everything. Holy, holy, holy is your name. Wonderful, glorious, holy and righteous, victorious, conqueror, triumphant and mighty, healer, deliverer, shield and defense, strong tower and my best friend, omnipotent, omnipresent, soon coming King, Alpha, Omega, Lord of everything. Holy, holy, holy is your name. Omnipotent, omnipresent, soon coming King, Alpha, Omega, Lord of everything. Holy, holy is your Wonderful, glorious, holy and righteous, victorious, conqueror, triumphant and mighty, healer, deliverer, shield and defense, strong tower and my best friend, omnipotent, omnipresent, soon coming King, Alpha, Omega, Lord of everything. Holy is your
Hi, Orange Seeds. Today's story is about Samson and Delilah. The story of Samson begins because the Israelites were once again getting into trouble with God. The Israelites just couldn't seem to stay out of trouble very long. Even after God saved them from the Egyptians, helped them through the Red Sea, and miraculously sent manna from the sky to feed them, they still complained. Even when Moses went to get the 10 Commandments, these people started worshiping other gods. So when they started misbehaving again, God decided something had to be done. So to punish the Israelites, he put the Philistines in charge of them for 40 years. This is where Samson comes in. He could help free the Israelites from the Philistines. Except Samson's mom actually couldn't have any children. But an angel of the Lord came to her and said, "You can't have any children now, but God is going to give you a son. Any wine or eat any animal considered to be unclean. You will have a special son. He should never cut his hair, eat grapes or raisins, drink wine, or touch a dead body. And most importantly, his purpose will be from the Philistines." This special boy was, guess who? Yeah, Samson. As he grew up, he realized that he had a special gift. He was incredibly strong. As Samson got older, he was able to kill a lion with his bare hands and defended himself against 1,000 Philistines. I guess you could say Samson didn't like the Philistines, and the Philistines didn't like Samson. The Philistines were constantly trying to figure out what the secret was. If they could figure that out, then they could get rid of him. After all, Samson had killed many Philistines. As Samson became a young man, he started to like girls. There was one, her name was Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines noticed that Samson was coming to see Delilah a lot more lately. So they decided to go to Delilah and make a deal with her. Delilah was just on her way home from a walk, thinking would see Samson, when some of the rulers of the Philistines approached her. One of them asked her, "Delilah, we were wondering if you can find out what makes Samson so strong. We are so curious. If you can find out, we would like to give you 5,000 pieces of silver." This was about $5,000, which was tons of money in those days. Imagine getting $100 from your parents to buy candy. The amount of money Delilah got seemed as big as that. Delilah was just about to say no when all of a sudden she started thinking about all the fabulous things she could buy with all the. It hadn't taken much time to think about it when she said, "I'll do it." So Delilah went home and she could get the secret out of Samson. She thought maybe she could make him his favorite dinner and just ask him. After all, he did love her. Maybe this would be easier than she thought. So Delilah got busy making a nice meal and waited for Samson to arrive. As they sat down to eat, Delilah asked how Samson's day was, and after a few minutes, she just decided to ask, "Samson, could you please tell me the secret of your strength? I guess I'm just curious and want to know how to make your enemies can tie you up and how you get out easily." Samson answered her, "If anyone ties me up with 7 brand new bowstrings from a bow and arrow that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man. So later that night, after supper, Delilah made an excuse to go for a walk and met up with the rulers of the Philistines and told them what Samson had said. They immediately went out and found 7 bowstrings to give to Delilah and told her, "We want you to tie Samson up when he is sleeping. Let us into your house when the coast is clear, and when you wake him, we want to be there to capture him." So Delilah did what the men asked her to do. It was a little tricky because it took Samson a while to fall asleep. But once he was snoring, she started to tie him up. When she was done, the men came in and hid all around. And when they were ready, Delilah shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are here!" But without any difficulty at all, Samson snapped the strings like there was never anything around his hands. Well, Delilah felt quite silly and was a little hurt that Samson wouldn't let her tell her the secret of his strength. It's funny she was hurt since Delilah was trying to trap Samson. She started to think that the Philistines wouldn't think that she could find out the secret, and then she wouldn't get any money. So Delilah put on her sad face and looked up at Samson and said, "You made a fool out of me, Samson. You lied to me. Seriously now, tell me how you can be tied." Samson said to her, "If anyone ties me with new ropes that have never been used, I'll become as weak as any other man." So Delilah did what she had done before and tied him up with the new ropes and new and improved ropes. She shouted again, "Samson, the Philistines are coming!" Samson once again snapped out of the ropes like there was never around his hands. Delilah was getting angry with this. She had to make Samson think she was sad that he lied to her. Delilah put on her saddest face and said to him, "Oh, Samson, how could you lie to me again? Please tell me how you can be tied." Even though Delilah seemed sad, Samson told her another lie. And Delilah was once again made a fool of. Delilah finally said to Samson, "How can you tell me you love me when you don't trust me with your thoughts and secrets?" But Samson just decided to ignore her the best he could. The only problem was that Delilah wouldn't stop asking. She asked in the morning during breakfast, when they were out for a walk, at lunch, at supper, before dinner. She asked all day long, and Samson just couldn't take it anymore. Finally, Samson said, "Enough already. I will tell you, leave me alone. My hair has never been cut. I had to take certain vows when I was born and have been given this gift by God. If my head was shaved, I would become as weak as any other man." Delilah could tell that she asked the Philistines to give her one more chance. They came as they had all the other times, but this time they brought Delilah's money along with them. Samson fell asleep on Delilah's lap, so she got someone else to shave his hair. As they were shaving it off, Samson's body became weaker. When it was completed, Delilah called out, "Samson, the Philistines are coming!" As he woke up, he wasn't aware that his gift from God had left him and the Philistines grabbed him. This time, Samson could do nothing to fight them off. The Philistines had captured Samson and blinded him and made him work very hard. Time passed, and the Philistines didn't notice that Samson's hair was growing back. One day, the Philistines were having a celebration and they decided to bring Samson so they could make fun of him. God still had plans for Samson. The Philistines tied him up to two large pillars that held the large temple up where they were having the celebration. Samson prayed to God to give him strength one more time, and he was able to pull down the two large towers, collapsing the temple and killing the Philistines and himself. This is how God freed the Israelites from the Philistines. Samson ended up breaking all his vows. He didn't seem to take God's rule for him seriously. God still used Samson to defeat the Philistines, but he could have done so and followed God's plan for his life. Boys and girls, God made each of us for a reason too. He made each of you exactly how God doesn't make mistakes. So remember, boys and girls, God has an amazing plan for your lives. Our job as your parents and family and teachers is to help you learn and grow in God. Your job is to listen and learn, so when God tells you the plan for your life, you can follow it.
Hi, my name is Sam. Today, I'm going to tell you why you should always obey your parents. Sammy, did you put on sunscreen yet? Sunscreen is always so messy. It's basically the same as lotion. That's not true, Sam. Sunscreen keeps you from getting burned in the sun. No, I'm not wearing it, but I'll bring it to the beach if you want me to. Do you like wearing sunscreen? Ouch, the sun is hot. Maybe I should have worn that sunscreen. We wanted you to wear the sunscreen so you wouldn't get burned. I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. I guess I should put it on now. That's a great idea. And next time, maybe you'll listen to us. I sure will, just like the 5th commandment in the Bible. Do you know the 5th commandment? It says, honor your father and mother. That means you should always obey your parents, or else you might get in trouble or even get hurt. That's all. Until next time. Bye!
Welcome to Growing Seeds, where boys and girls from all over ask questions to help their little minds grow. Hey Jay, can you let everyone know who the question is from this week?
The question this week is from a boy named Kason. He says, my mommy says I can't have my phone around the dinner table. What should I do?
Ooh, hot topic. This is a question about what we should do as a family at the dinner table. We definitely need to bring in some experts. We're going to head over to Family Life with Debbie and Eddie. Can you guys help us out and answer this question for Kason? Hello, Orange Seeds. How are you? We are Edward and Debbie Smith, and we are the Family Life Coordinators at Koto, Church of the Oranges. And we are so excited that we got asked a question and we can be on Orange Seeds with you this evening. So, Kason, you sent in such a great question about cell phones at the dinner table. So in our home and our family, we do not allow cell phones at the dinner table. Do you know why? Because they are a distraction. Right, babe? You see? So distracted that you don't even hear when someone is speaking to you, babe.
Huh?
We're supposed to be answering the question for Orange Seeds, but you're being distracted by your phone.
I humbly apologize. I'm all ears.
Okay, so we were talking about why cell phones and other devices should not be around the dinner table. And I was sharing with our Orange Seeds friends that in our home, there are no cell phones allowed at the dinner table. Not by us and not by the children. Because we want to spend time with each other.
Just think about it that during the day, everybody is busy with their cell phone and other electronic devices. You're locked away in your room and you're always time you see each other is when you come together for dinner around the dinner table. So for that moment, we recommend no cell phone around the dinner table because that's the time that we bond together. That's the time we get to know each other. That's the time we get to know our inner thoughts and stuff like that. So, we have enough time to be distracted by cell phone, dinner table, or the time that we spend quality moment together.
Yes. And one of the things that we do around our dinner table, we finish eating and then we just sit there and we talk. We talk about things that happened and we laugh. Sometimes we even have devotion around our dinner
Most
table.
time they laugh at me because they bring up my Jamaican traditions and they just laugh at me, so I become the laughing stock around the dinner table.
Around the dinner table is where great memories can be made. So it may seem that mommy and daddy are doing the most, but
do that again.
The most. But it's okay to put down the cell phone, put down the iPad, put down the games, and spend some quality time together. Remember, the Bible tells you to honor your mother and father. So if they're asking you to not have cell phones around the table, then honor their requests. And I promise you that if you make an attempt to have conversation and make some jokes around the dinner table, dinner time will become a fun time.
Absolutely.
And if you want to read a little bit more about what we think about the power of the dinner table, you can go to kotosda.org/family life, and we wrote a blog about the dinner table. It's not that long. Until next time, Orange Seeds, thank you for having us, and we cannot wait to come back and answer some more questions about the family and the home. Until next week, bye.
Bye, Orange Seeds.
Wow, Debbie and Eddie, thank you for the amazing response, and thank you for helping our little minds grow much more in Christ. Tune in next time. We can't wait to see your questions you guys are going to ask us all next.
Hey Orange Seeds. Actually, hey all seeds. Would you like to be a part of our worship experience? Let me tell you how. You can either sing or play a song with your friends, family, or even by yourself. You can also submit a how-to, which is a cool activity, or even submitting a do you know, which is an interesting fact. You can do all of these things by going to www.kotosda.org/children's. Look up at the top for the orange submit button and follow all of the directions. And that's it. We are hoping to see your submissions soon, And as always, don't forget to join us on our next Orange Seed episode. But until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and most of all, stay blessed.
Make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord, we're gonna make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord, we're gonna make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into His presence with singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, singing, 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 singing. Whoa, oh, singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, oh.
All right, risers. Now you've heard us make some noise. Let's hear you make some noise. Go!
Make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord, we're gonna make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord, we're gonna make a joyful noise. To the Lord, all the earth. Make a noise. To the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into His presence with singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh,
Okay, risers. Are you guys ready to rock it out for Jesus?
Come into His presence. Singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh, singing, 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 singing. Whoa, oh, singing, singing, singing. Whoa, oh.
Psalm 100, 1 and 100, 1 and 2, yeah. Psalm 100, 1 and 2. Psalm 100, 1 and 2, yeah. 1 and 2. Psalm 100, 1 and 2, yeah. Psalm 100, 1 and 2. Psalm 2, yeah.
Let's make some noise.
Thank you for joining us again, Orange Seeds. And remember, you are a seed for God.
Now I want you to point at yourselves and repeat after me and say, I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God.
Again.
I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God. One more time. I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God. Until next time, boys and girls.
Bye.